So today I'll be doing Star Trek Online, and this is for me a fantastic ending on how to. I'm calling this Star Trek Online ending because for me it ends so many storylines and could be a great ending for the game. So I hope you enjoy.
Thanks for coming. Been a while. You look well. Considering what I hear about your exploits, that's an impressive feat. Back to business. Spotting a Borg scout here made a lot of people nervous, and with good reason. So, some old friends called in a favor, and here I am. I came here looking for Borg, but the real problem turned out to be sabotage. Orion smugglers fouled up the long-range array, but they left the short-range sensors intact. I've plenty of evidence from the sensor logs to turn over to Alliance officials. Still a concern. If they're sizing up this quadrant as an incursion zone, we need to know about it. I have a few ideas on upgrading the sensor arrays, making them harder to disable and better at spotting Borg. Beam me over and we can sort out the details. With your assistance, I can complete the modifications quickly. Good. Now that we have a working array, our next step will be initiating the new security protocols. Hold on. Are you seeing this? The long-range sensors just lit up like a Davo table. Reading a massive energy surge. We're being scanned. Something's overriding all our control systems, attempting to bypass.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Oh, that was unpleasant. Still, there are no damage reports and no casualties. Scanning. This is unexpected. According to Astrometrics, we were catapulted several hundred light years from Traelus to the Excalibia system. Here's some facts to go along with those legends. In the 23rd century, Excalbians abducted the USS Enterprise and subjected some of her crew to a series of combats. Some sort of morality test. Feels that way to me. I doubt they dragged us all the way out here to have a Raktajino and talk about baseball. There's one way to find out for sure. Hail them and see what they want. I can boost the signal once the ship is in a standard orbit. Assuming the Excalbians are in a talking mood, we should have answers soon.
We are receiving your signal. On behalf of the Excalbian people, I bid you welcome.
Really, Abraham Lincoln?
That is a complicated matter, I'm afraid. I think it would be easier to discuss it face to face. We prepared a meeting ground on the surface of Excalibia. It meets your needs for atmosphere and climate, as I understand them. Will you join us there? Welcome, friends. I do hope the local climate is to your liking.
The climate's fine. It's our abduction that we have a problem with, friend.
My apologies. It was not an action of my choosing, I can assure you.
presence is required for a matter of great importance.
Greater than conversations with dead presidents?
Long ago, the two of us were involved in a study, if you will.
An evaluation of two concepts, good and evil. The initial results were ultimately inconclusive.
The debate has continued since that time.
We now seek a final resolution.
What does that have to do with us, exactly?
You have been chosen as advocates for the concept of good.
But you will not.
Be judged, as will those of your opponents. The prevailing concept will guide us as a people. We shall pursue the virtues of good, or the vices of evil. We find violent conflicts produce pure examples of good and evil. They provide the best results to evaluate and judge. Failure to participate will be seen as your endorsement of the supremacy of evil. The trial will then conclude with a judgment in favor of evil, and our subsequent pursuit of the concept as a guiding principle. The trial awaits you. Proceed through the portal behind me when you are prepared.
I think we need to be cautious when dealing with the Excalbians. They're a lot like Q, minus a sense of humor. Fashion sense could use a little work, too. For now, I say we play their game and stay in one piece. Look for opportunities to swing things in our favor. Our new teammate here might have some insight into the situation as well.
Michael Burnham, of the USS Discovery. Judging by your uniforms, I'd say I'm in the future. The last thing I remember was preparing for battle with my crew, and the crew of the Enterprise. Since we're having this discussion, I'm guessing we won that fight. My apologies, my memory's a bit fuzzy. Possibly a side effect of whatever brought me here. Over 150 years. Fascinating. Right. I'll catch up later. Assuming we get through this trial in one piece. To address your original question, I wish I had all the answers, but I know as much as you do. Going through this trial will give us the chance to conduct some tests of our own, learn more about them and the situation here. I'm sorry. That's not a Vulcan uniform I recognize. I clearly have a lot to catch up on. In my time, no one in the Federation has seen a Romulan, despite fighting a war with them. I do apologize. It's just that I grew up on Vulcan. So, to say the least, I suppose there's a very complicated story behind all of this. I'd love to hear more, but this isn't the ideal place or time for a history lesson. Look.
Take heart, my friends. Yarnik has a forceful personality. But his voice is not the only one heard here. There are many Excalbians who would embrace virtues before vices. Well said. And as one of your allies here, I have a warning for you. The trials are drawn from your past experiences and records, but they will not be identical recreations. There will be alterations to test your responses and those of your opponents. Expect the unexpected. Please accompany me. Beyond that portal, the first trial awaits. Good luck, my friends.
My tricorder's showing a Class M tropical biome. By the look of things, this world is under attack. I'm reading a lot of weapons fire from several locations in the area.
This is a safe position for now, but that could change soon. We need to get to cover fast. I see a plaza ahead.
We're back here. I beat Hakeev.
This didn't happen long ago. Some of the bodies are still warm. Some of these injuries came from plasma weapons fire. Romulan weapons. Understood. You can fill me in on the details later.
These Romulans are Tal Shiar, members of a covert military intelligence force. The list of enemies is long. Any number of them could be responsible for this attack.
one was killed by heavy plasma weaponry. Strange. I'm also reading trace amounts of several exotic particles in the area. Antiproton, tachyon. Whoever else was in this fight used some extremely advanced weapons.
Makes sense. The Iconians were allies of the Tal Shiar at this time. They were probably fighting at their side. This may be one of the unexpected changes Lincoln warned us about. Iconians arriving here early.
Some kind of constructs. They're using anti-proton weapons.
Heralds. Good sign.
Those were Iconians?
Heralds are augmented servants of the Iconians. They were used primarily as shock troops. We've encountered them before, but if they're here now, things are worse than expected. There's a tactical force field blocking our way. That looks like the emitter over there. Should be simple enough to destroy. Shiar and Heralds fighting Reman combat squads. Wonderful.
So, these Remans, they're on our side. Good to know.
Speak with you. Your timing is fortuitous, my old friend. My resistance forces are closing in on Hakiv's laboratory, but he has opened an Iconian gate. The Iconians have sent their minions to aid Hakiv. The lab is not far from here. If we can fight our way past the guards, we can put an end to all this.
Looks like there's another tactical force field blocking the way.
It may not be in an obvious place. Check the nearby buildings and windows.
Hakiv has holed up in the south like the cornered vermin he is. Once we're near his position, I can set up a jamming field to prevent him from beaming out. Then we can bring him to justice, at last.
You might be able to block transporters, Obisek, but I doubt you can block a functional Iconian gate. As long as that remains open, Hakiv will be able to escape. Deal with the gate first, then you can talk about justice all you want.
Look out!
I've dreamed of ridding the galaxy of your stench for some time. And now, with the Iconians at my side, that dream shall become a reality.
This ends now, Hakiv. No amount of Iconian or Tal Shiar scum will stop me. Blood calls for blood.
We have bigger problems. The Iconian gate is still online, remember? Hakiv can bring in Iconian reinforcements as long as it is.
Then let's shut it down. Keep Hakiv and his forces busy while we work, or this trial will end real soon. And not in our favor.
Taking fire over here.
I need help in the gate controls!
Taking fire over here.
I need help at the gate controls!
He has a stealth field. Spread out. Find him.
Taking damage detected. Shield losing power. Enemy command in close proximity.
You think you've stopped me? The Iconians already know. They know everything.
I don't care. Blood calls for blood, Hakiv.
No, not like this. You're better than this. If you do this, it won't be justice. It'll be murder. You don't have to do this.
He must pay for what he's done.
Ariete!
Alright, what's the call? Help Obasek? Or catch Hakiv?
Obasek's in bad shape.
Hakiv's getting away. If he leaves through a gateway, he could return with enough Iconians to finish us off. Do you want to pursue him?
Let's save him.
Enemy target on enter.
Save him.
Rest easy, friends. This part of the trial has reached its conclusion. There's a portal nearby. Use it to return to Yarnik. He wishes to review the results of the trial.
Who the hell is that?
At the critical moment, you move to save Obasek's life. Because of this, Hakiv escapes and convinces the Iconians to pursue a scorched earth assault on their enemies. Millions more die in the following war as a result. An intriguing choice, to be sure.
Yeah, but originally, your character kills Hakiv, which I've done.
To callously leave an ally to die upon the battlefield is not the mark of a strong soul. Saving the life of a comrade in the fight against evil was a brave and noble act, one worthy of praise rather than scorn.
The trial continues. Proceed through the nearby portal when you are ready to begin the next evaluation.
Come this way for your next trial.
Any idea where we are? I haven't...
Yes, some of this tech is very advanced, most likely from the future. Anorex was heavily modified after a scientist named Noy stole it from Kiana Station.
Back here.
Damage control teams. She's gonna fight.
This looks like some kind of command station.
Secure the area. We might be able to find useful data here.
The petty squabbles of... Krog becomes impatient. The sphere builders grow. My plan to recruit Admiral Lita to the Temporal Liberation Front was a success, keeping her loyal.
Funny, I've been to Procyon 5. It's unremarkable. In our time, at least. Looks like things changed considerably in the next century. And on the bridge of the enemy flagship, no less. Judging by the look of things, the battle may not be going well for this Temporal Liberation Front.
We should leave. By now, we've been detected by their security systems. And I'd rather not be around when they send combat teams to retake the bridge.
There's a turbo lift down this way. This door here.
I'm detecting a massive buildup of temporal energy ahead.
Yeah, along with multiple life forms, all armed.
Nice try. But you're done here.
Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power.
You haven't seen the last of me!
I see him. Noise on the upper platform. Waste time as you see fit, Sherman. It will be for naught.
History shows you have a habit of meddling in the affairs of others.
We believe it is time to break you of that habit.
Wakey, wakey.
Here to parley? Or shall we just start shooting at one another? You. Apparently Daniels hasn't grown weary of plucking you out of time and sending you to vex me. How many times have I killed you now? 4? 5? Honestly, I've lost count. It doesn't matter. Before I kill you, again, understand this. After today, the Alliance ends forever, and you with it. Daniels won't be around to save you this time. I will fight this battle again and again until I stand victorious.
I understand the need to bring back the ones we've lost.
Living in the past is an exercise in futility.
I will not be defeated. I control time itself.
Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power.
Enough! I will erase you all!
You can't control time! If anything, time controls us.
Deep, but wasted, I know. His grief blinds him to things like logic and truth.
Flanking damage detected.
So... end you. This time I'll... make sure you're never born. Even if I have to... shoot you in the cradle.
Noi! Husband, please! You don't have to do this.
How can this be? You were lost.
I'm here now, husband.
Cloud.
Of course, this war needed to end, Noi.
Before it consumed us all.
Changeling. Done that first time. I did this mission at level 25 ages ago, and I died about 5 times. My character's really gotten better.
Noi was a danger to all life, even in the Dominion. I could no longer sit back and watch as the Alliance failed to stop him. Time and time again. And so, I have done what you could not. Now, we must destroy this vessel, so it can never be used again. Let us end this war, once and for all.
She's got a point. Without Noi, without Anorex, the TLF will lack the power and leadership needed to fight the Alliance. The war will end. And who knows, maybe there'll be a chance at a lasting peace this time. Stranger things have happened.
The situation could have been avoided. He was finished. You didn't need to execute him. Maybe we can still do this the right way. This is a time ship. We should be able to generate a localized temporal spike and send ourselves back to a point before this whole situation goes too far. Let's finish this without resulting to cold-blooded murder.
Top type time travel.
You have chosen wisely. I am pleasantly surprised. I have much to discuss with the leaders of the Alliance. Steps must be taken to protect the timeline from criminals like Noi. For you, the war is over. Return to your ships. I suspect we shall meet again in due time.
I believe that will be enough for this trial, my friends. Yarnik awaits our return. Yarnik awaits our return. He will, no doubt, have things to discuss after observing your actions here. Let's return.
In allowing the murder of Noi, you made him a martyr for his cause, and the temporal war continues.
Oh.
Noi's followers go on to destroy the homeworlds of every Alliance member in antiquity. With no opposition, they become the dominant force throughout space and time.
No, they don't. That is complete rubbish.
The loss of Noi was tragic, to be certain. But the risk of losing countless more to temporal manipulation was too great. In his madness, Noi's pursuit of vengeance would have laid waste to many a world. Bringing an end to that insanity was a mercy.
Your participation in the trial has been informative thus far, but we require more data to make our decision. Another scenario has been prepared. Enter the portal when you are ready to begin.
This way.
This place isn't familiar. Either of you know where we are?
I know where we are, I just don't know when. Knowing that's gonna make all the difference here, believe me. Let's take a look at those consoles and see if there's any useful information in them.
Science officer's log. ESOP 4 was a test site for Section 31's Project Daedalus. It appears to be abandoned. The planet's atmosphere is toxic to most life forms, but we were able to establish a safe work area and habitat. We've set up a plasma reactor to power the phase discriminators will need to capture the Red Angel. If the plan works, that is. If it doesn't, this may be my final log entry.
This is a recent entry, but the area is deserted. We need to know more.
Science officer's log. Control found us. We fought valiantly, but Discovery wasn't a match for Control's Section 31 ships. What's left of her crashed. Not far from here. Somehow, Saru and Tilly were able to transfer the sphere data to this location. But it's only a matter of time before Control figures that out and comes to collect its prize. I need to get the sphere data somewhere Control can't find it. To do that, I need the Red Angel. But the thing is, if Tilly was here, she'd be a font of optimism. But I know what that atmosphere can do. I don't think anyone else is going to make logic suggests that I take steps to destroy the sphere data before it's too late. For now, I'm sticking with optimism. As Spock would say, there are always possibilities.
Everything matches up to the point where Discovery crashes. That's where things change, and for the worse. Judging by the lack of survivors present, I think we have to finish what they started. If that's even possible. Do you have a question? We were so close to this. To failure. To death. We need to set up the phase discriminators at that console. Good. Now we need to prepare the stasis beams at that console. So far, so good. We need to use that console to prime the EMP next. Almost finished. Use that console to align the containment field. We've set up the trap. Now all it needs is the bait. Me. You'll need to go back to the previous room, close the door, and turn off the vents. Yes. Assuming things go as they did before, the Red Angel will appear in time to save my life. When that happens, activate the trap.
Done all I can with these ancient phase discriminators.
You should have the power we need for this little stunt.
But we're only getting one shot, so make it count. No pressure.
Ready when you are, Commander.
Right. Do it.
Initiate sequence on my mark. 5, 4,
3, 2. Wait, abort! Do not engage. Picking up a massive surge of tachyon radiation.
She's here! Do it! Do it now!
Activate the phase discriminators. Activating EMP.
What are you doing? We don't have time for this. Discovery is gone. We have to deal with it ourselves. We have to stop Control now, or it all ends.
And now we have 2 burn-ups. That's very interesting.
It is, isn't it?
I get the feeling you were expecting someone else in that suit, Commander.
Yes. My mother. She designed the suit with my father and used it to escape a Klingon attack. In doing so, she learned how Control ended all life in the future. After that, she used the suit to try and stop that from happening. Clearly, in this reality, that task has fallen to me. Transfer the sphere data to my suit so I can take it into the future, where Control can never find it. We need to act fast. Control is on its way here now. This needs to happen before it arrives. How? The sensor log said Discovery went down with all hands.
Trouble is
Oh.
Control's using members of Discovery's crew as shock troops.
Enemy target zone entered. Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power. Personal shield losing power.
If I leave the field, I'll return to the future. You'll have to fight Control without me. Control can't be killed with regular weapons. You need to do something unconventional. Try to magnetize the floor. It'll disrupt it. Weaken it and lure it to me. I'll distract it while you give it a magnetic shock. It'll take several shocks to finish it for good. It's weakened. Lead it to the platform.
Making damage detected.
I've got its attention. Quick! Magnetize the floor! It worked! Do it again!
Enemy target zone entered.
It's weakened! Lead it to the platform! It's distracted! Give it another blast! Magnetize the floor again! Good! One more shock should finish it off!
Making damage detected.
It's weakened! Lead it to the platform! Hurry! Magnetize the floor! Finish it off!
Personal shield losing power.
It broke free. Everyone weaken it again. Now!
Lead it to the platform!
Making damage detected. Shield losing power.
Hurry! Magnetize the floor! Finish it off!
Oh no!
Control is using nanites to take over the future version of me. If that happens, it'll gain access to the sphere data.
I can try to inoculate future Burnham with my own nanites. This should prevent Control from accessing the sphere data through her, but it'll alter her biosignature. She won't be compatible with the suit if this works.
Too risky. The suit could wind up trapped here. Given time, Control could find a way to access the sphere data. We need to think about destroying the data. Purge it from the suit before Control can access it.
We could do that, but losing that data, all of that knowledge gone forever. Consider this. The means of eliminating Control could be held within the sphere data as well. Deleting it could be a fatal mistake. Get ready. This is gonna sting. A lot.
Do it.
That's a little more than a damn sting.
Get it right. Resistance is futile.
Get it right.
She's dead. The sphere data is gone as well. Shock of removing it must have been too much for her. I just watched myself die.
Unfortunately, we have a new problem. At the end, before it beamed out, I think what was left of Control merged with some of my nanites. Yeah, and now there's a Borg Control hybrid version of me running loose somewhere. Whatever the Excalbians are doing here needs to stop now.
Rest easy. The trial of Esau 4 has come to an end. Come along, my friends.
How quickly you extinguished a wealth of knowledge. And to what end? Your decision to eliminate the data also claimed the life of the Red Angel. Control continues to exist, and the fate you sought to prevent will still come to pass.
Preventing Control from gaining access to the sphere data was a just and necessary action, despite the cost. While the entity continues to exist, it is vulnerable. Precious time was purchased this day. Time that, God willing, will allow brave souls to find a way to stop control and bring an end to its inhuman march of destruction.
I have my concerns regarding this trial. Yarnik isn't a very impartial judge, and he's clearly a prominent figure in Excalbian society. If his opinion of our actions continues downward, the situation could become volatile in a hurry. Still, it could be worse. We still have time to present our case here. Hopefully we will win some Excalbians in the process.
Congratulations,
I have been
Admiral.
informed that Yarnik and the others wish to privately discuss the results of the trials. You are free to return to your vessel, or remain here until the recess reaches its conclusion. Once that happens, you will be summoned to continue the trial. How would you like to proceed?
As much as I'd like to see what a ship of this time period is like, I feel like we should stay here. We might have the opportunity to speak with Excalbians other than Yarnik and see what they think of all this.
I agree.
I'm not as optimistic as Commander Burnham when it comes to the Excalbians. Returning to the ship has its benefits. I could use a drink. Several, actually. I leave the decision to you.
We have seen many things in the trials. Your actions have given us much to consider, but we require more data. You can remove yourself from the trials if you so desire. I believe you are aware of the consequences such an action will bring. Then, if you wish to proceed, the portal awaits.
The next trial lies this way.
Let's go.
Enemy targets on sensors. Personal shield losing power.
This is incredible. The architecture, the technology, the art. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. Where are we?
The Excalbians have dropped us into another planetary assault by the look of things. There's a battle site ahead. We might be able to learn more about our surroundings by examining it.
Fascinating. According to my tricorder, these soldiers are from extinct species. The Dynasians and the Ikabar.
If this is the fall of Iconia, we might be able to stop the chain of events that eventually lead to the war. Considering the previous trials, I can see that as the pivotal event we were sent here to encounter.
That last hit wasn't far from here.
We can have heavy gunfire nearby. Keep your weapons handy.
More fighting ahead. Wait. Are those Iconians?
More Iconian pests. Kill them! Let them die with their master!
I am Tiket of Iconia. I do not recognize you, sentient. Halt and identify yourself. I do not recognize your species, but you have taken up arms to defend Iconia. That makes you an ally, and your assistance is appreciated. You have my thanks.
I am called Lemiran. My thanks to you as well, newcomers. Our situation is quite dire. Mutara, our leader, has fallen.
Oh no.
Iconia will soon be lost to our enemies. We must withdraw. We were trying to reach a nearby gateway when those soldiers attacked. Their reinforcements could arrive at any moment. Will you help us once again?
Orbital attack. The warfare of cowards. For each herald they kill, I will take 100 of theirs. For each Iconian, 1,000.
All of this. The loss they must feel. And the anger.
Hold. Reading an energy spike in the gateway ahead. Something's activating it.
No, there will be no holding. We will fight and slay any foe that dares to cross our path.
Once more under the breach, dear friends.
Henry V.
What? It's a cat.
I have returned to the time of my greatest failure. It sickens me to see the Hell Iconia in such a state, laid to ruin by the barbaric dregs of the galaxy. This time, I shall not fail. Lyric, give me the world heart. Give me the means to rid the cosmos of our enemies. To return Iconia to greatness once more.
I hear bloodlust in your voice. I see the hatred burning in your eyes. But you do not frighten me. The world heart is ours. We will use it to rebuild what has been lost. Be gone from here, demon. You will not prevail on this day.
That energy is protecting the demon. I can disable the demon to stop that, but I need time.
You fought a war with the Iconians and survived?
Yep, we did.
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves. The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more. The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves. The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more. The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Honored mistress, use this to restore your strength. Yes, you serve me well, Hakeem. What?
Oh, what?
What have you done to me? This is inevitable. Yes. Resistance is futile.
Sister, what have you done? No, you can't.
Your knowledge belongs to us.
That does not belong to you, creature!
We will add your biological and technological distinctives to our own. We are the Borg. Existence as you know it is over.
The Borg have assimilated to Ket?
That creature. That was Taket. A Taket of nightmare, utterly corrupted by hatred and a thirst for vengeance. But what did she become? I have seen terrible things on this day. The fall of my civilization, of my beloved friends, of the totality of Iconian knowledge and culture. I cannot abide these tragedies. I cannot. Please, you can follow that monster. You can go where I cannot. I beseech you, return the World Heart to me. Do not let Iconia fall to darkness.
We will. There he is.
Something is amiss, my friends. The trial has taken a life of its own, expanding well beyond its original parameters. Though I implored Yarnik and his ilk to bring the trial to an end, they have refused. They wish to see how you address this new crisis. Tread lightly. There is an ill wind blowing upon this venture. I fear one that may consume us all before the end.
These Borg, are they an evolution of control? Did someone else try to recreate it later on?
Unlikely. The Borg Collective existed well before the creation of Control, although when you add temporal manipulation into the equation. No, I already have a headache, and temporal mechanics will only make it worse.
7. What we saw on Esau 4, your detailed knowledge of the Borg. You used to be one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I was assimilated by the Borg at a young age and liberated by the crew of the USS Voyager later in life. The assimilation process is reversible, mostly, but it leaves scars, inside and out.
I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm sorry to ask this now. Are we going to have a problem here? With you and the Borg? Under the circumstances, I can see how you could become emotionally compromised.
This isn't the first time I've run into Borg since my liberation, and I doubt it'll be the last. We'll be fine, Commander. If it makes you feel any better, if I go native here, you have permission to shoot me.
Fair enough. Thanks. Any advice on fighting the Borg?
Right. Combat with the Borg is likely. We need frequency remodulators. Tell me when you want to proceed, and I can open the... Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
Existence as you know it is over.
Isn't enhancing an Iconian with cybernetics a bit excessive? Borg 101, better assimilation through cybernetics.
Watch out, they're energizing the deck plating with weapons-grade plasma.
Heads up! The Borg and those outposts are activating!
Shield
I don't like where this is heading. The Borg, they're relentless.
Time's a factor here. The longer the Borg have to build their forces and strengthen their position, the harder it'll be to undo their plans.
7 of 9. The prodigal drone returns. At first, my existence seemed flawed, incomplete. I sought answers, and within the Untrials, I found them. I was a simulacrum, brought into you by Excalibur seed to test you. With I involved. I reject this Excalibur foolishness. My destiny is my own. Today, my reign begins.
I am designated 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. You will be assimilated. Resistance is few.
This unit has automated defenses. Watch where they're targeting.
Flanking damage detected. Flanking damage detected. Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected. Flanking damage detected. Personal shield losing power. Shield losing power. Flanking damage detected. Shield losing power.
Yes, this particular nightmare is over. Well, that was thoroughly unpleasant. I confront my past from time to time, but it usually doesn't shoot back. I'll manage. We need to deal with my evil twin and the Queen, however. The thought of them both running free makes me very uncomfortable.
Blood spots 23 and 24. Initiate security.
More drones!
Up a lot of energy spikes in the next room. It could be weapons fire.
It's the personal chamber of the Borg Queen. Maybe the Excalbion sent some allies to help out. If so, they might need our help. Want me to lower the field?
Up a lot of energy.
It's the personal... That's the Borg Queen. Indeed. This is damn peculiar. If the Excalbions killed her, where are they now? Be careful. Whatever did this could still be around, and it might not be friendly.
Not sure if this is better or worse than what Control had planned.
Pretty sure it's worse, but I'm biased.
How timid you are. So frightened of perfection.
Last time I checked, we're not the ones hiding in the dark.
That's a good point.
Here's another. You're obsolete. Older. Weaker. Inferior to me in every way.
Inferior? To you? You're a pathetic copy of me hiding behind a legion of drones. You're weak.
Tell me, why am I? There will be no struggle, no resistance.
You're a smart girl, you'll figure it out eventually.
How predictable. How human. We know what that happens. Futility.
And a new nightmare begins.
Watch the floor! Now they have a cybernetic dinosaur.
Shooting now, xenobiology. More automated defenses are coming online.
What is Droll? I am Borg. I am eternal. My victory is inevitable.
How is she still functional?
There's so much more to me than I possibly imagined.
You are done here at last, my friends.
Back to the cutscene. Skip the cutscene. Fuck's sake.
I'm glad you're still with us, my friends. I'll ask you to come with me. Yarnik wishes to speak with you, and time is short.
So just skip the cutscene. Absolute joke. No. Absolute joke.
The evidence in the trial is clear. Adherents of evil will stop at nothing to ensure their victory. Nothing is sacred. No law is absolute. In comparison, the proponents of good are made weak by their morality and other self-imposed limitations. They lack the freedom to achieve their goals at all costs.
Those troops are coming from previous trials.
Sending in more reinforcements!
impossible. Safety measures were in place. The participants should not be able to escape the trial areas or pursue agendas separate from the trials. This includes the assimilation of this planet and everything on it. We must consider our alternatives while there is still time.
We should take care of that Borg ship while we can.
Apparently not. President Lincoln has asked me to assist him with something. If I don't see either of you again, it has been an honor.
The Borg Queen is assimilating the Excalbians one by one. If she's not stopped, it's only a matter of time before she learns to use their matter-shaping powers. Difficult to say. She will learn to replicate well-known patterns first, like Borg ships. It could take her much longer to learn to make entirely new things, or to create things from imagination and memory.
Here we go. The shield drain, it's dead perfect. I haven't got defense for it.
Ship is under attack.
Keep coming. That's it, all my shields are gone. It's ridiculous, give me 10 seconds to sort my stats out. I have no idea they've got access to shield drain before I started this two-parter, and now they're just taking my shields away within seconds. I can't get my ship's shields up. What the heck? It's a fucking joke. It's the shield drain. Straight off the bat, they use shield drain, and there's 4 of them. Absolute joke. Having the bad guys where exactly where you respawn with a shield drain that you have no idea to prep for is an absolute joke. I don't understand the way they make your game that your spawn point and the bad guys are on you the minute you respawn. You don't respawn instantly with all your attacks.
Warning, ship is under attack.
How the hell is their shield drain that powerful when I've got so many things that should stop it from draining? I don't mind dying, but this is ridiculous. Fucking Borg. No, I don't actually think having phasers is actually better than cannons at the moment. Because that shield drain is instant. Oh wow.
Perhaps now you realize the futility of resistance.
Looks like you could use a hand here. I hope you don't mind, but I brought some friends.
This is Captain Jonathan Archer of the Starship Enterprise. Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
Let's make gets the name Enterprise. There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
I think it's time to do a little assimilating of our own.
Oh wow.
Still think resistance is futile? Your Majesty?
Resistance. You're a tragic collection of relics and fools. The first of many to die.
Fire!
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Torpedoes, maximum yield.
Special pattern, Sierra. And fire.
Laser crew, stand ready. Powering
placed in terrible danger by our studies, you chose to come to our aid. You refused to let the forces of evil destroy us, even though we had placed you in mortal peril. You have given us much to consider and to understand. You have shown us that it is not good to subject others to dangers that we are not willing to face ourselves. Let us meet face to face one last time and resolve these matters.
Aww.
This has certainly been a learning experience for me as well as the Excalbians. I saw what I was and what I could have been, which makes me grateful for the life I have now. Still, this experience should make the next session with my counselor interesting. In the meantime, that sensor grid and the trailer system will need some final adjustments. If you can get me back to my runabout, I can finish those. I can also speak to some Fenris Rangers about looking into the Orion smuggling activity in Trailus. Unofficially, of course.
Sounds like Yarnek and his people have a lot to think about. I hope they mean it when they say they're going to pursue goodness. As for me, it's strange, being... what did the Borg Queen call it? A simulacrum? A copy. And an incomplete one at that. I'm based on a Starfleet science officer. I was going to figure it out sooner or later. Now that I know, I've decided to continue what was started here today. In my own way. I've asked the Excalbians to make my transformation permanent, and they've agreed. So, for the Excalbians, the trials are over, but for me, the human adventure is just beginning. If you don't mind, I could use a ride to the nearest Alliance starbase. I'd like to speak with Starfleet Command about reactivating my commission. Among other things.
It's been quite some time since I had to go into combat. It was an honor to fight by your side. The Excalbians have asked me to remain as I am now, and to serve as an ambassador for this planet. These people have a great deal to learn about the universe, and I believe the Alliance can help them with that. And having some experience as a statesman, I might be able to make that process a little smoother for all parties involved. Should you return here, you will be most welcome. You've done all of us on Excalibur a great service today. One we will never forget. And for that, I thank you. Until we meet again, my friend. Farewell.
The advocates of good return. We have learned much from your efforts in the trials. We did. After reviewing the events, we have decided to rule in favor of the concept of good. We will. As we have ruled in favor of good, the people of Excalibur will pursue those virtues from this day forward.
for now, I'd like to put some distance between myself and Excalibia. Returning to Earth, catching up on what's happened since 2257? Sounds like a good place to start to me. I understand that an old friend of mine is on a similar journey now. I'll get in touch with Commander Stamets soon. I'd love to get his unique perspective on things. There's a lot waiting for me out there. Thank you for helping me get the chance to discover once again.
And thanks for watching. So this will be, thanks for watching what I'm going to call Endgame, because it summons, it ends a lot of storylines. Example, Taquette, who vowed her revenge against the Alliance. It ends her story, which is so far. And she gets something about the Borg, you defeat Taquette, you know, you end that storyline. And Noya, I mean, you defeat him again, but you defeat him as well, and it ends the Temporal Cold War. The Borg are finished forever, if you take that as an ending. And Hekeve is really dead anyway, so it finished with a lot of good storylines, which I think is pretty cool. And then have all legendary ships from all the Star Trek shows all come in as well, was pretty cool. And I think that would be a great ending. I won't be making any more Star Trek videos for a while now. I think I've done enough, and for me I think this is a great ending to end it. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you in a while. Bye bye.